It's the same shit for the Bills. It's the same shit.
The horrifyingly bad offensive Patriots over the Buffalo Bills. A team that we all said could have been the worst team in the NFL over the Buffalo Bills. And yet they lost.
They were 10.5-point favorites, we said?
I don't even remember what it was, nor do I care.
Right.
Just where are we at? What's the level of concern? How are we feeling about the Buffalo Bills right now?
I think the level of concern with the Bills, as far as them being a contender, is pretty high. I mean, they just can't string together any sort of consistency at a high level. I mean, when you put them up against Kansas City, it's not even close. I think Kansas City blows them out of the water if that rematch happens. And it's the same shit for the Bills. It's the same shit. They don't run the ball well. Josh Allen in this game, 7 for 17 rushing. Cook 13 for 56 doesn't look bad on paper, I guess, but Cook. I'm sorry, I said Kirk. Cook.
No, you said Cook.
Oh, I did. Okay,
yeah.
Cook 13 for 56. It's just like that's just not impacting the game really that much. Gabe Davis was 1 for 5 with 6 yards. They just can't get. Dalton Kincaid had a good game, but they can't get consistent production outside of anyone but Stephon Diggs on the offensive side of the ball. I think it's a really big issue for the Bills.
I think so. I said this, and I've said this 1.5 million times. It feels like every play, if the Bills are to move the ball on offense, Josh Allen needs to make a superhero type play, which is why so often we see this amazing version of Josh Allen on one play, and then this, wow, what are you doing, Josh, on another play. It's because he's kind of, in a way, forced to do stuff like this because without him doing some crazy shit, they don't move the ball that often.
But how long have we been saying this about the Bills?
Every year.
Every year.
This has been the same concern every single year.
And it's just like they're not fixing it. So how can you be confident in the Bills to even go to an AFC championship against if they see, I don't know how the seeding will work out, but if they see Kansas City or Baltimore, like I don't think they stand much of a chance against those teams. I mean, at the end of the day, you have Allen and Diggs, so whatever. But yeah, I'm super concerned about.
Especially with all the injuries on defense too.
Yeah,
like we're not even mentioning the fact. Like obviously, that's just talking about the offense. But we could talk all day about how bad the offense looked, or how bad it has looked, and how it's been struggling. But that's been a consistent theme with the Bills.
Matt Milano is an absolute game changer.
It's a huge loss. It's a huge loss, a massive loss for the Buffalo Bills. So, like, you talk about that. Not only that, Trey White's obviously lost for the season as well. Those are two of your, I'd say, 4 or 5 most impactful defenders.
Right.
And, I mean, that's a big deal. So, when you have all these dudes that are going to be missing all this time, like, bro, it's a big deal. I don't know. I'm very concerned about the Buffalo Bills. I don't look at them in the top 4 or 5 of title contenders in the NFL right now, I'd say. And it's tough, man. Like, you got to stay consistent running the football. Does that mean that you have to give James Cook 20 carries a game? No, but you need to involve, if it's Latavius Murray, I guess it's Latavius Murray, but just stay consistent with a ground game. Make it a threat. Make it a consistent threat because people just don't respect it. People just don't respect it enough. And then not only that, someone else has to step up in the receiving game. Like Gabe Davis has gone missing. He's on the back of a fucking milk carton right now, bro. He has gone missing the last 2 games. Stephon Diggs is still Stephon Diggs. I think they might have found something here with Dalton Kincaid finally, which is a great thing. They used James Cook on a touchdown out of the backfield. Wow, what a fucking surprise. The guy could receive. I mean, the guy could catch football. So, yeah, all in all, I mean, I'm more concerned for the defense. I think the offense, somehow, some way, it will always just, figure itself out when you have Josh Allen.
I'd still worry about it in the playoffs. I mean, they're going to get to the playoffs. But the offense is just, I don't know, it's too one dimensional.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think as the season progresses, I think they figure that out. But you can't fill in the roles of Matt Milano and Tre'Davious White.
Right.
You just can't.
That's fair.
So
on defense, they had Mac Jones averaged 9.1 yards.
He
per
balled
attempt.
the fuck out in this.
And then 2.1 seconds per pass. He was getting the ball out quick, which means the coverage down the field wasn't great, wasn't holding up, and the pass rush was negated. So, and this is the Patriots offense we're talking about. Like,
so here's the thing. They came in with a clear and obvious game plan. Get the ball out of Mac Jones' hands immediately. What I loved, and this is my main takeaway from the Patriots offense in this game, Demario Douglas, a rookie, 5'8" rookie, explosive as all hell. They've been trying to get this man involved. Finally saw over 60% of the snaps, got heavily involved. And he's a legitimate deep threat that could separate. Kendrick Bourne, we've already seen, is a great complementary option as a receiver. If you have those guys going, Mike Gesicki needs to be used more. This guy's a big body target. I mean, look, all in all, these Patriots weapons can be utilized more effectively, and in this game, they finally were. I mean, Demario Douglas, as I said, he opens up so much more for this offense. He's a legitimate threat. Like, you're not worried about Devontae Parker. He's not going to stretch the field. That dude's washed, bro. He's done. But yeah, Kendrick Bourne, Mike Gesicki, Demario Douglas, use these guys. Use them to the best of their capabilities. And then you have two capable running backs. Use them to the best of their capabilities. So if they continue to get the ball out of their hands, I mean, Mac Jones, he hasn't been good this year. He's been really bad this year. But all in all, I mean, there was talent there with Mac. Like, we know there was, at some point, talent there with Mac Jones. So simplify it. Make things easier. Make it easier reads for him. So just I liked what I saw from the Patriots offense in this game, and I hope to see more of that continue. That's my takeaway from the Patriots side of things.
Yeah, I mean, no, you guys pretty much said everything. On the Patriots side of things, it's a feel-good win for sure. Yeah. I mean, Mac Jones, like you guys said, came alive. Mr. Douglas was, they unlocked something there with the ability to take the top off the defense. Ramondre had a good game, too, which you love to see that.
Back-to-back solid games.
On the Bills side of things, I mean, this is a real concern. Having a game against the Dolphins where you look completely dominant and you look like no one could beat you, and then going and playing the Patriots, and it's this. Last week playing the Giants, you escaped with a win, but having it look like that, I mean, you pretty much, hit the nail on the head about a lot of the problems with the Bills, the run game not going, only Stephon Diggs being the only reliable receiving threat and separator. The defense obviously taking a hit with all the injuries, but another thing that has to be stated with this Bills team is just overall playing.
That was crazy. Sorry, KD just skied for a board and just walked through. That was just wild. Continue.
But playing down to their competition. I mean, that's a big problem with this team over the years, and it might be a simple excuse rather than actually analyzing the games and talking about yards and separation and defense and all, but just overall, I mean, you saw it last year in the fucking wild card round. These motherfuckers almost lost to Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
They almost lost to Skylar Thompson at home. I mean, this is a trend with the Bills. When the lights are bright and they're going against Kansas City or they're going against the Dolphins in a week 3 game at home when the Dolphins just put up 70, like, they're going to show, they're going to show up.
Yes.
But you got to start showing up against the not so great team.
It's so weird, bro.
It's just when you get down to playoff time, like, I just don't think it's as simple as that. Like, oh, these are good teams. We're gonna figure it out.
Right.
Like, you're gonna get figured out.
Right.
Teams are gonna know how to beat you, especially these great teams.
Right.
Already seeing it happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So, all right, I asked this question: what is our level of concern on a scale of 1 to 10 for the Buffalo Bills?
In terms of them being a contender, I'm at like a 7.
I'd say 6.5. I know that for a 4-game stretch of the playoffs, including the wild card round, this team could get hot.
Right.
And they could go on a run and win the Super Bowl. But they are not a tier 1 contender. They're not a tier 1 contender.
No, I agree. My level of concern is a 7.5 right now for the Buffalo Bills, especially going into like the season and how I felt about them originally. Every year it feels like I just really want to put them in the Super Bowl, but this was the year that I was officially like, all right, nope, not happening, not doing it. And
can't trust them.
I can't trust them, and it sucks because I do love Josh Allen, absolutely love Josh Allen. But all in all, I see where they're at, and I'm concerned about that, and I don't trust them as a contender, so that's why I have them at a 7.5. Too many injuries, man. That also just sucks. So injuries suck.